My people, imagine your salary alert pinging like a thief in the night, but when you check, it's slashed thinner than akara in hard times. It's like the government wielding a machete on workers' pockets for daring to sit at home on Mondays. That shadow of fear from IPOB's call turning into real economic pain. And now, in Anambra, some civil servants are staring at 3,500 naira as their take-home, from salaries over 80,000 naira. Wahala day. This na confirm street news. Now waiting we fear with the report, but be sure say na confirm. Abeg, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment to help us grow and bring you undiluted news. Straight from the streets of Awka and the Jerome Udoji State Secretariat, the Anambra State Government under Governor Soludo has dropped the hammer. Pro-rata salary cuts for February, punishing those who observe the Monday sit at home. Workers are crying foul, with deductions hitting hard and irregular. My people, this is urgency. Families can't eat alerts. We'll dive into the latest shock, trace the timeline of this sit-at-home saga, explain the rules in simple terms, and unpack what it means for the average Nigerian hustling daily. Because attention is pressure, and pressure can force clarity. Please like and subscribe to Confirm Street News for accountability that keeps our leaders checking their steps. Here is the breaking update, dated March 26, 2026, from the heart of Anambra civil service hubs in Awka. Workers at the Jerome Udoji State Secretariat woke up to February salary alerts that felt like slaps. Deductions so deep, some got as low as 3,500 naira from monthly pays over 80,000 naira. That alone would have been the headline. But another twist, irregular cuts, with one staffer losing over 80,000 naira for just 2 missed Mondays. I am surprised to see huge deductions, one anonymous worker said. Over 80,000 naira was deducted from my salary for missing work for 2 Mondays. I think it was miscalculated. The government? No mercy. Commissioner of Information, Law Mefor, confirmed its punishment. The salary cut is a punishment for failure to come to work on Mondays. The instruction was that when you come to work on Mondays, you clock in, and at the close of work, you clock out. That is to show that you came to work. But if you came to work on Mondays but didn't clock in and didn't clock out, it means that you didn't come to work because there is no evidence to show that you came to work. Another colleague reported a friend getting only 10,000 naira after cuts. No upcoming dates announced yet, but workers are buzzing with complaints, suspecting computation errors. My people, this is pro-rata in action. Pay for days worked only. But the confusion, real. Some who missed once or twice got hammered harder than expected. Soludo's team says it's to crush the sit-at-home, but workers say, na error. This update is shaking foundations because sit-at-home no be child's play. It's fear mixed with protest, now clashing with government muscle. Now, let's go chronologically because the sequence matters, abeg. This didn't drop from the sky. Back in 2021, IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, started enforcing Monday sit-at-homes across the southeast to protest Nnamdi Kanu's detention. What began as solidarity turned into a weekly lockdown. Markets ghost towns, schools shut, roads empty. In Anambra, commercial giants like Onitsha and Nnewi bled billions weekly. Security fears from unknown gunmen fueled it. People stayed home to avoid stray bullets. Enter Governor Soludo in 2022. He vowed to end it, calling it idiocy early on. By January 2026, he escalated. It's now calculated economic sabotage to bring down Onitsha, to bring down Nnewi, to bring down the economy of the state. He warned markets and schools, skip Monday, get locked for weeks. We are determined on behalf of the Anambra people. We must take back our state, he thundered. Security ops ramped up. We are still massively launching massive onslaughts on these criminal elements. Soludo claims Anambra is one of the safest states in Nigeria. Then, February 2026, pro-rata salaries announced. Workers who no show on Mondays, pay slashed. Public reactions split. For some, it's tough love. Finally, government they act. Traders tired of losses cheer. For others, it's oppression. How we go risk life for salary? Youths online blast it as anti-Igbo, tying back to marginalization. Emotional stakes high. Families skipping meals, kids missing school, businesses crumbling. One worker said, the cuts are irregular, but I think they were errors. The saga built from protest to policy war, humanizing the fight. ordinary folks caught between fear and force. So, what are the rules and laws at play in plain language? Let's break it down, no Igbo jargon. First, pro-rata salary system. It's like paying for Gari by the cup. You get what you work. Under Nigeria's Labour Act, employers can deduct for unauthorized absence. In Anambra, it's tied to clock in, clock out. Show up Monday, punch in morning, punch out evening. No evidence, no pay for that day. Simple as that. Second, government policy on sit at home. Soludo's executive order, not full law but backed by state powers. He can enforce attendance via deductions to take back the state. It's procedural. Absences calculated per day, salary divided by work days, usually 22 in a month. Miss one Monday, lose about 1/22. But workers cry foul on math. 2 misses shouldn't wipe N80K. Third, fairness checks. The public service rules say deductions must be reasonable with notice. Soludo gave warnings in January. Appeals? Workers can petition the head of service for errors. But no bias here. It's about integrity. Clock system ensures proof, not favoritism. Fourth, broader laws. Constitution Section 40 allows protest, but sit at home isn't official. Terrorism Act hits enforcers, not observers. Government says it's sabotage, but my people, when government slashes pay without mercy, who sabi the real saboteur? My people, here's the rhyme for the middle of this story, hot from the east. Monday sit down, salary chop down. Workers they shout, government no frown. From Awka to Onitsha, fear they reign. But Soludo say, no more pain chain. Pockets they empty, belle they rumble. Justice or force, na they humble tumble. The public divide is sharp like cutlass. Supporters hail Soludo. End this nonsense, economy first. Online, hashtags like end sit at home trend with chairs. Critics blast, na punishment for the poor. Workers' chats buzz with anger over crippling cuts. The divide cuts deep because Nigeria, especially Southeast, has lived too long with insecurity and trust issues. IPOB's call started as voice for justice, but now it's economic noose. Soludo says it's sabotage by criminal elements. But my people, when government slashes pay without mercy, who sabi the real saboteur? Now, let's bring it down to the real-life stakes for everyday Nigerians, especially our brothers in Anambra. A trader in Onitsha main market, closing shop early Mondays for fear of gunmen, she worries about feeding kids if husband's civil service pay drops to 3,500 naira. How we go survive? A teacher in Newi, missing class to stay safe, now sees salary slashed, wants to believe government's safest state claim, but fears the streets. The wider implication is a symbolic moment for governance. Southeast has battled marginalization, insecurity since Biafra days. Soludo's move, test of will, build new Anambra 24/7 or alienate workers. If deductions stick, it could break sit at home, boost economy, but mishandled errors, breed resentment, strikes. The system must now prove it's fair, not just forceful. Competence must lead. Security ops plus dialogue, not just punishment. My people, accountability means leaders eat what they cook. For families, this ain't abstract. It's rice on the table. Should government slash salaries for sit-at-home observers or focus on ending the root insecurity first? Because that single question is the battle line Nigerians, especially Indigbo, are drawing right now. Drop your takes in the comments. Fair policy or overreach? Around Awka and Onitsha, residents are watching alert like hawks. Even the Okada riders in Inuwe feel the ripple. If civil servants suffer, markets go slow. Women in village meetings whisper, now we they pay for big men fights. This hits home. Fairness in pay, leadership on safety. What say you, my people? Persecution or progress? Sound off on justice, economy, or Soludo style. Your voice fuels the fire. Verified. Anambra slashed February salaries pro-rata for Monday absentees, some down to 3,500 naira. Verified. Soludo called it economic sabotage, vowing to lock non-compliant markets. And verified. Workers must clock in and out for proof or face cuts. Watch points, my people. Will match salaries fix the errors? What if workers appeal en masse? And the big one, does sit-at-home fade or escalate with resentment? Finally, my people, the child who washes his hands clean eats with elders. Clean up insecurity and work will flow. Subscribe to Confirm Street News. Drop your comments on salary slashes and sit at home. And share this video so accountability doesn't die in silence. We dey here for undiluted truth. God bless Niger. See you next.